Hi, so I thought I would take a few minutes to show you guys how to use this program. I'm getting some questions. Again, if you walk yourself through this, it really is going to help you build your essay. And hopefully you are not leaving this to the last minute, that you've been working on it in little bits and chunks as the program is intended to do. And if you follow this program, this formula, you will have a nice, solid, well thought out essay. All right, so you've already read the documents and started thinking about those 5 buckets that you saw on the previous page, where you started to fill in some of the ideas of what made them great, what made them not so great. And hopefully by the time you get to this page, you are ready to start organizing your thinking into a solid argument. So I'm using the sample essay that was provided to you, and I'm going to show you how to do the bucketing. Okay, so this essay argues that he was not great. Okay, so down here on the chicken foot, sorry, my Maxie is, as always, saying hello. You'll see that you can either type under the bucket or type in down here. Either way will show up in both spots, okay? So Alexander was not great because he slaughtered thousands, is argument number 1. Alexander was not great because he was spoiled and had a big ego, is argument number 2. And Alexander was not great because he didn't make sure his empire would last, is argument number 3. And then we come in and fill in our thesis statement. Okay, so a good thesis is going to sort of tie this all together. So using that idea of what makes a man great that we did in the hook exercises, this argues that a great man should at least show some concern for others. Okay, so now we're ready to move on to our next section. Okay, so now we're going to unpack our buckets and extract evidence from the documents, okay? So you're going to go ahead and just list evidence for each bucket. It doesn't have to be in full sentences. To make sure you're keeping track of where you're getting the information from. Again, paraphrase, direct quote, whatever you do, make sure you're keeping track of it. So our first bucket, his main goal in life was to conquer territory. Okay. In Alexander's 4 major battles, over 100,000 enemy troops were killed, from document E. When he conquered Tyre, his army of thousands killed people and sold 30,000 into slavery. Document C, his lack of concern for life extended beyond opposing soldiers. No regard for civilians either. Okay, so I pretty much have that paragraph written. Second one, Alexander was not great because he was spoiled and had a big ego. He actually thought he was descended from the gods, from the background essay. It is not surprising he became a tyrant who had to have his own way. For example, people of Tyre made him mad when he refused to surrender, from document C, and then a detail from document D. Okay, starting to fill in the details. And then the third bucket, we have some evidence from document E about how he didn't leave an heir, but he believed he was a god, so maybe he thought he would live forever. And starting to fill it in, On to our next page. Now we just need to actually do the writing part, okay? And again, it's chunked down for you. So your grabber, what is going to make me want to read your essay over the 170 other essays that I have to read? Your grabber should make me understand your point of view and understand that you understand what greatness means, okay? Should a great man think of others or only of himself? This is the main question to consider when it comes to Alexander the Great. Boom. Okay. Then we're going to add some background information in. Okay. Who is Alexander the Great? What is his reason that he wanted to conquer? Fill that in. Now restate the question. We don't have a lot to work with. This is a small question, but the key term here is going to be greatness. What is your understanding of greatness? Go back to that book exercise. You had to choose 3 of those characteristics that you felt made somebody great. Does he meet that criteria or not? Okay. He was a great general, but not such a great man. Okay. And then our thesis claim comes right from our roadmap, our 3 buckets. He slaughtered thousands of people. He was a spoiled egomaniac and did not plan to make his empire last. Boom. Introduction is written. Okay. The baby thesis is what you're getting from that first bucket. Alexander was not great because he slaughtered thousands. Okay, where's my evidence coming from? Pull it from the document. Make sure you cite what document you get it from, or else you're going to get dinged on the rubric. And then your argument, fill it in. What is your thinking on this? Okay, this attitude is fine for a video game, but in real life, war destroys the lives of too many people. Okay, second paragraph is already written. Okay, take a break if you need to. Come back to it. Leave yourself. I give you guys plenty of time to work on this. Okay, now our second bucket goes into our baby thesis subclaim. Alexander was not great because he had a big ego. Pull in our evidence. Okay, you're getting that from that previous page. Fill it in, and then give me your argument. This is where you come in. Okay, this is where your thinking needs to be on the page. All right, and we're going to do the same thing for our third paragraph. Take that third piece from your chicken foot or from the third bucket. He did not make sure his empire lasts. Fill in your evidence, and then give me your thinking, your argument. Okay? We're almost done. Now we just need to give me a conclusion. Okay? And then the conclusion is all you. Wrap it up into a nice, neat package for me. Some people think Alexander was great because he built one of the world's biggest empires, or because he was a military genius. Giving the counter argument in the concluding paragraph is a great way to wrap this up. And then give me the counterpoint. However, a person isn't great unless he does things that make lives better for others. Okay, an inventor, a talented physician, or medical research can be great. But a man who kills people and takes over countries and names cities after himself is just someone with a big ego. Boom. Okay, when you go to the last page, you're going to see this all. Sorry, my computer is being slow. You're going to see it all here in front of you, and you're going to be able to copy and paste this in your body paragraphs to your final step. And don't forget that you're submitting this on Canvas. So once you have it here and you've polished it up, and I always say it's a great idea. It's a great idea to read this out loud to yourself, to the dog, to mom or dad, to brother, sister, whomever, so that you make sure it flows easily and that the language is good. Then you can go ahead and copy and paste this and submit it to me on Canvas. Remember, for A-Day kids, this is due on the 12th, which is Tuesday. For B-Day kids, this is due on the 13th, which is Wednesday, okay? And take your time. Don't do this all in one sitting. It'll be frustrating, okay? And again, it's a very detailed rubric. You can't go wrong. Thanks.